So today we've got Andy here, and we're going to show you guys how to disassemble an SP8850 Sanitary 3A certified drum pump. I'd like to point out with this pump, there are no threaded components in the disassembly process other than the impeller. So with this, it's going to be held together by a single sanitary tri-clamp fitting. So the first step is to remove the tri-clamp fitting located at the top of the pump. So what he's doing is removing the inner tube assembly and the outer tube. And you'll note the outer tube is one single piece. The next step is to remove the stainless steel impeller. Once the impeller is removed, you're going to narrow in here and you're going to look at the Buna gasket located right at the end of the drive shaft. So you're going to pinch that gasket with your finger and then roll it off with your thumb. And once that's removed, then you're going to remove the gasket located just beneath the PTFE stability guide wing. Again, you're going to pinch the gasket and roll it off with your other thumb. And then once you're done with that, you're going to remove the PTFE guide wing. So once the impeller, the shaft gasket, the stability gasket, and the stability wing are removed, the final step is going to be to remove the drive shaft and bearing assembly. So you just pull out the drive shaft, and then you're going to remove a PTFE guide sleeve. And then you're just left with your drive shaft. At this point, you can opt to remove the bearings or keep them on, really just depending on what your cleaning process requires. As you can see, the pump has been fully disassembled, and you will notice that it didn't require the use of any tools. So now that the pump has been fully disassembled without the use of any tools, the final step is going to be to reassemble the pump. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by inserting the PTFE guide sleeve into the inner tube assembly. Then we're going to insert the drive shaft and bearing unit assembly into the guide sleeve. Now we're going to install the PTFE stability wing onto the shaft, and it'll be notched so that you know how to properly locate it. Once that's on, you're going to put on your Buna gasket, which there's a groove there for you, so it'll help you locate that as well. The next step is to put on the small black Buna gasket, which goes right on the drive shaft, and there's a locating mark there. And then once you put on your stainless steel impeller, note those are right-handed threads. The final step in assembly is to put on your Buna gasket, which is going to go at your ferrule fitting at the top of the pump, and then to insert the inner tube assembly into the outer tube assembly. It's critical to note that there are two slots located on the PTFE stability wing, in addition to two slots located on the outer tube assembly. And it's critical that you line up both of those slots. Once the slots have been aligned by turning the inner tube assembly until you get alignment, the last step is to install your tri-clamp on your ferrule fitting. And there you see it, the pump has been fully disassembled and reassembled without the use of any special tools.